because it does work. And because it's manipulated, bro. Like, I'm be real with you, bro. Like, it's the Matrix, bro. Like, it's trying to fuck with you. So you have to know the game is playing. It knows where your stop loss is, and it's trying. It's so insane how they're able to manipulate this. It's actually crazy. Somebody was asking me about liquidity too, how to know if it's a liquidity grab. I mean, shit like this, bro. Like, I mean, it's like there's a clear resistance here, and then what does the market do? It acts like it's gonna shoot up too, even makes an engulfing and stuff like that. But it's like all the people that sold here, where are their stop losses? Right here in this zone right here. So what does the market do? It hunts all their stop losses. Because what's gonna happen here is like maybe they were aiming for the moon on this or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It goes all the way back to their fucking yo. That would piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. And that's what the market wants. That's what the market wants. And I'm realizing that anger is a very big weakness. Like, control your emotions, especially when you're in this. This is like, how long is this? 21 hours in that, right? You were up a little bit, like right here. You were like up like 5x right here. Goes all the way, comes and hits your stop loss. Barely. Oh my God. Then it starts to go down. Because you know what happens here is like when people get stopped out, especially if like they were in a trade, people get stopped out here. And then these people that were looking for sells, a lot of them were revenge trading. They'll actually try to buy here too. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of other people who are actually looking for sells, they'll start to sell here too. Like it's a bunch of liquidity is formed here. It's almost like a singularity, like a bunch of stops get like this is an area where an insane amount of people were entering the market. That's why I had an insane amount of a move. You see this? So no setup should neglect liquidity. If you're gonna, for example, look for sells like we are right here, then you want to sell above the highs. Here, what they'll do is they'll use these like horizontal lines. So you want to sell above it. You want to wait for it to get over here. Maybe a lot of people had pending orders here that were looking for sells. Catch this crazy ass move. Do you know how much this moved? Let's see. Especially if you bought above the highs, which is all of this. 10x easy. That's in how long is that, bro? 30 minutes. What? Sometimes, like, especially with the big, like, if there's news coming out, they'll do these liquidity grabs too. I think, what time is this? It's in the kill zone as well, so let me tell you guys about that too. All right, so in ICT they have something called kill zones. The most important one is going to be the one during New York session, which is going to be between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. During this time, there's going to be a higher probability of market activity and liquidity setups. We'll just look at this red zone is like where everybody's stop losses are. It'll go for a liquidity spike around this time. I've seen it happen a lot around 8:30. This is 8:30 as well. 8:30, I would like write that time down. Like that's where look for like some type of liquidity play around 8:30 because I've been stopped out around this time before, like trading New York session. So you have to watch out for that. That's when so many people are entering the market, as you can see. So I missed this move. This still isn't even the signal I'm talking about right now, but this, I love how this like weaving into the lesson and everything like that. You can be an insanely good analyst, bro, but you have to also have that patience with it too, because you'll miss moves. Like the market knows, bro. The market knows. Like it knows where your stop losses are, bros, and that's why it's gonna stop you out and do all this type of shit. So sometimes you gotta play its own game. And that's where like the ICT and the smart money concepts comes in. And I think I'll do a mini course on that too. Oh, let me show you guys this too. I hate talking about this, but I've been testing it and it low-key does work. So there's something that ICT calls, he just overcomplicates it. So I'm going to simplify this for people. Like these are like impulsive moves that break like lows and stuff like this, So we have a low. A high's job is to create a new low. And we failed to do that here, right here. We failed to do that. We actually stayed here. And we respected this. They call this manipulation because the market literally just would not go past this support. So what is a low's job? A low's job is to create new highs. So now this would be our new target for liquidity. This is where they call like this is your drawn liquidity. So this is what your aim is going to be for. Because usually the market is going to aim for like previous highs and previous lows. You know what I'm saying? So this is our previous drawn liquidity. So we could have marked out these highs and just waited for the market to basically take out these stop losses right here and look for an entry for the sell that I was looking for overall. So after we hit this on the 15, we hit this drawn liquidity, we get this insane move right here. So if you had taken that, so if you're bullish, you want to buy below the lows, but we were bearish here. So we would want to sell above these highs. And if we had sold right here, maybe put a pending order, maybe we saw where there was an omega right here, be like, this is a nice area. We also have a resistance here, you know what I'm saying? And you got like, you know, this liquidity grab. That's like 3 confluences. Honestly, I'm going to use liquidity grabs as like a confluence from now on because it does work. And because it's manipulated, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, it's the Matrix, bro. Like, it's trying to fuck with you. So you have to know the game is playing. It knows where your stop loss is, and it's trying. It's so insane how they're able to manipulate this. It's actually crazy. So we have a low right here. Have this impulsive ass candle that impulsively starts shooting through these lows. Usually I tell you guys to draw, like, you know, stuff right here. ICT, they be using like the wicks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But impulsive ass candle. Let's say we just draw it how I usually draw it. That goes through this. So what they do is, like, they'll say that the market, there's a gap here now, basically. So the market has to fill in that gap eventually. So this is what they call a fair value gap. I just hate the terminology. I just hate the fucking terminology. Nah, G. So we have this impulsive candle. You want to look at the candles beside it. So the candle right before it and the candle right after it. You want to look at the wicks. So we have a wick right here. And then we have a wick right here. So this is our fair value gap. So you would just wait for the market to return in this area. Now, the reason why I think, once again, this is stupid is because you could also just draw some fibs and just be like, okay, I'm just going to wait for an entry in the golden zone. Same thing. But I mean, it's nice to have these confluences and know what, like, other traders are thinking, because it's just going to increase your probability of success anyway. So if it works, it works. You know, like, at the end of the day, I'll never clown anything as long as if it's making money, it makes money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So we have this fair value gap. You could have just easily waited for some type of entry right here. Another thing too that, like, with my plan, besides all the ICT bullshit, but let me not call it bullshit because it works. Trend line break, and then we also see lower highs forming. So any of these would have been nice entries. Maybe an entry right here on the third hit right here would have been also nice. But either one would have worked. Also, you could have drew a trend line right here. They start to get a break. Usually trend lines will break with either... Trend lines will break with either... So besides all the ICT bullshit, I mean, you could have used that as well too. But it's nice to just know these things because this is how other traders are trading. A lot of traders use this as well. So, but we're in this fair value gap. Could have easily just went in maybe after this engulfing or something. What my homeboy's been doing recently, I'm not gonna lie, is he, like, as soon as it gets in the fair value gap, he'll just go enter. I don't agree with that because I think just entering with some confirmation. Look how much this moved. This moved 20x, bro. Wow. Do we have a projection on this? Only projection I see is maybe on the higher time frame, on the hour. Measure this as a retracement, and we, oh my god, the Omega is fucking insane. Like, you see this? Like, this, I think if I mix the Omega with ICT, I think we can find perfect entries like crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, bro, it just taps it. That is insane. One of my greatest discoveries, honestly.